Imagine this. You're heading south for a weekend trip. At the border, the usual questions are asked. Then comes a new one. An officer requests not just your passport, but full access to 5 years of your private social media history. Your posts, your likes, your messages. The purpose? To scan for anti-Trump regime sentiment. To prove you are friendly. This isn't a dystopian novel. It is a policy now under discussion. This is the reality we live in now after every second American voted the Orange Fascist Gangster into the White House. That single chilling possibility tells us how important elections are, how important it is that we go and vote, that we need to think before we put the X on the ballot. This example also tells us everything about how quickly a political reality can change. When an ally begins to treat your citizens as potential ideological enemies, then everything changes. And in my opinion, why is it so dramatic what is going on in the White House right now? Because it is not the America the world has become to respect, to look up to, and in many cases even to love. It is not because the foundation of the Canadian-European relationship with the US hasn't just cracked because of a natural aging process. No, it's being actively dismantled to benefit only a handful greedy, irresponsible people in the Trump circle. And of course, to keep the Orange Fascist Gangster, sexual harasser, 34 times convicted fraudster out of prison. This is the reality Canada and Europe now face. Not with a distant rival, but with their historic super ally. The transatlantic alliance is undergoing emergency surgery, and the patient is waking up in a new world. Today, we're going to examine this rebirth in 3 acts. First, Canada's defense pivots, how a nation is preparing to stand alone. Second, Europe's strategic approach, why the old world is turning to Canada, not Britain. And third, the unstable equilibrium, whether this new partnership is a recipe for peace or a precursor for a total demolition. Faced with this uncertainty, Canada is not just talking. We are organizing. The proposal to summon 100,000 reserves and 300,000 citizen soldiers is monumental. This is not a call to war, but a national project of resilience. Think of it as the Swiss model, a deeply embedded, community-based defense designed to make any act of aggression complex and costly. It is a guerrilla defense, but on a highly skilled, highly organized and highly effective level. Think about it as Vietnam or Afghanistan on steroids. It is the ultimate statement of self-reliance. We put you on notice. We will defend our land. This move is underscored by 2 stark vulnerabilities. First, 75% of Canadian military equipment comes from a single source, the United States. In any serious disagreement, that supply line or its integrity is not a guarantee. F-35 kill switch, anyone? It's a critical strategic risk. An army cannot defend its sovereignty if its tools can be switched off by the very power it may need to deter. Second, the transfer of drones and battlefield technology from Ukraine. This is profound, my friends. The Ukraine is a world leader in asymmetric defense using technology to protect a long border against a larger invader. And Canada is now learning directly from them, from the West. The subject is as clear as it is unprecedented. The lessons from the Russian fronts are being studied for continental defense. While Canada looks inward for defense, it's also looking east for opportunities. And Europe is holding the door wide open. The deal Europe offered Canada is almost symbolic in its imbalance. 16 million, that was Canada's entry fee into Europe's 150 billion defense industrial initiative. For context, Britain was asked 6 billion and walked away. Why Canada, not the UK? The answer is simple. Trust, predictability, and shared, quiet understanding of the moment. In a time of volatile American politics and British Brexit complexity, Canada represents a stable, like-minded partner. With other words, someone dependable. Europe isn't buying flashy promises, it's investing in reliable structure for its new security architecture. And Canada gets a direct line to the heart of European defense procurement, reducing its dependency on US kits. Europe gets a dependable, resource-rich North American anchor. This is the economic backbone of the new, most important and influential world alliance. It's a statement that the future of Western security will be built by those who show up with consistency, competence, and stick to the alliance, not by someone who excels in theatric and fake deals to make up for shrinking capabilities. So, where does this leave us? On the brink of World War III, as some people fear? The anxiety is real. Rhetoric framing allies as freeloaders or enemies, and a state doctrine that treats neighboring democracies as backyard to be managed, those are accelerants. And in case you haven't heard it yet, the Orange Fascist Gangster just threatened the International Criminal Court because he wants a pardon for war crimes and crimes against humanity he and his cronies have committed. And more of such crimes will come, for certain. It will come when Trump and Putin's dreams come true to go into business together. And how does Canada and Europe respond to Trump's unpredictability, not with panic, but with consolidation? They are building a new center of gravity for the democratic world, one that operates independently of both American volatility and Russian aggression. A combined Canada-Europe bloc represents a massive integrated economic zone and a technologically advanced military capability and a united diplomatic front. This isn't about picking a fight. It's not. It's not. It's about presenting a fact and preserving peace. The message to an unpredictable partner is clear. If you choose to see the world as a battlefield of adversaries, you will find yourself with fewer allies, but more powerful independent countries cooking up their own thing. The ultimate pushback cannot be a declaration of war. It must be a quiet, determined work to build a dependable alternative. The old alliance is being stress-tested beyond its limits and has fallen apart. In its place, something new is being assembled, piece by piece, deal by deal, soldier by citizen soldier. The final question isn't whether this new Canada-Europe axis can survive American pressure. It's whether this new independent pillar of the West will become the very thing that presents a wider conflict by making aggression against any member an impossible calculation. What do you think? Is this new alliance the key to stability or a step towards a more divided and dangerous world? Please join the debate below. If this video gave you value, I would love it if you subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by Christmas. So please do support that goal if you are curious. And if you like this channel's deep dives, click the like button and ring the bell so you won't miss my next one. Thanks for watching. I'm Wilfried Lemkuler from Europe Curious.
You by our side, and we spent so many nights thinking how you did us wrong. Now we've banded all together. Your tariff made us strong, and so you know you're not so great. There's not a snowball's chance in hell will be your 51st state. You really need our resources far more than we need you, so now just go. Walk out the door. We do not need you. You're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who instigated these trade fights? You'll soon grow to regret it when we turn off your lights. We will survive. As long as we can think and what we know will stay alive. We have all we really need. We can live without your greed. We will survive. We will survive. There's been a change. It's time anew. We're not that fledgling little country stealing all of you. We are now a nation proud that is happy to be free. You didn't realize you gave us our own identity, so now just go. We will survive. As long as we can think and work, we know we'll stay alive. Yeah, but all we really need, we can live without your greed. We will survive. We will survive. We will survive.
51st state, my fucking ass. God, coming up.